If an interviewer asks you, "How will you contribute to our success?" would you rather fumble for words or confidently deliver a solid answer? Anything more than a superficial answer requires planning ahead and careful research. Start with what the company believes drives their success. You can find that out from publicly available materials provided by the company, unless it is a private firm. If the company is publicly traded, its annual report is a good place to start. 4 broad statements about the company, its plans, vision, and mission. Read the President's letter to shareholders. Sometimes you get lucky and find simple, quotable statements. If you are applying for a job at this bank, it's pretty hard to imagine that your job wouldn't have something to do with a great customer experience. So you better mention it in the job interview. Since the company has called out this quote, it's worth your attention. Is breaking down complex questions into simple answers part of your job? Work your way through the rest of the annual report looking for answers to these questions. Then check the company's name in the news. If the interviewer mentions something that was announced yesterday, you want to act like you know what they're talking about. Now connect your history to their needs. Remember, they asked you how you will contribute to their success. So answer that by telling them how you contributed to your previous employer's success. Former employers won't phone up the interviewer with stories recalling your amazing contribution. That's your job. Tell some stories. If you aren't a good storyteller, it's a good time to start learning how to put together a story that people remember. This simple framework helps you to describe something you did in a way that connects credibly with what the employer wants to know. First, describe a situation that needs action, a picture of what it was like before you responded. Even if you think it's obvious, explain why failure to act would have brought undesirable consequences. Quantify if you can. Tell the interviewer exactly what you did. Simplify any technical complexity. Now the payoff. Exactly what were the results and how was the company's success impacted? If others acknowledge the success of your initiative, your story gains credibility. Your passion as you tell the story communicates that you refuse to be a passive bystander when you see unresolved problems. It's important to distinguish between your initiatives and other occasions when your effective action was initiated and directed by someone else. Did you call on others to participate in your solution? Work into your story some of the strengths that you believe are most valuable. This success story communicates something special about you, explaining why it was you and not someone else who solved this problem. Companies value agility. Emphasize your responsiveness. It's normal to face resistance when taking action. How did you overcome the pushback you encountered? Learn to tell the story so the hearer can see it happening in their company. If you use special skills in completing this initiative, make that clear. I hope that the approach I have described is helpful for you as you prepare for what will probably be a series of job interviews over your lifetime. You'll find a blog post at danarmashad.com that takes some of these ideas a little further. This is the third in a series of in-depth presentations on responding well to 50 common job interview questions. For a complete list, see the 50 job interview questions presentation right here on YouTube. If you found this presentation beneficial, please visit danarmashad.com.